Good morning. You're here with Real with Tennille. I'm your host, Tennille Benton, and we're here with celebrity chef, Mr. David Ewan of DeVine Catering. How's it going today?
Going great. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. This is actually part 2 with Mr. Ewan, and we're very excited that he came back with us. Today we're actually going to be talking about some Asian dishes. So tell us a little bit about what we have today going on.
Okay, today we have a Asian fried rice with shrimp and steak. Try to use the best steak, filet mignon. Across here we have a crostini. There's a steak crostini. Antipasta here. This is very good also.
And tell us what these ingredients are. I see some artichoke hearts on here.
Yes. Antipasta, you know, it's an Italian word meaning first course, first meal. So it's it opens up your palate. Have some provolone cheese, pepperoni, olives, and artichokes, all marinated in Italian sauce.
And you make all of your own sauces yourself, correct?
I do.
Awesome, excellent. Tell us a little bit about these dipping sauces and where they're going to go over here.
This is a sweet and sour sauce. We're going to use it on the egg rolls. These are Asian egg rolls. Sour cream and salsa. Both of these goes with the chicken cornucopia. And in these phyllo shells, it's a spinach and feta. Those are also real delicious. And I also have some crab cakes. It's Old Bay crab cake and a chipotle remoulade sauce, which is on top of the crab cakes.
Excellent. Now you prefer fresh vegetables. Do you always use fresh vegetables or do you use canned? Anything? Nothing out the can?
I try to avoid the can
Okay.
as much as possible because fresh ingredients is always best. So if you could get your fresh ingredients, you might have to spend more. It might cost more, but it's good for you. It's good for your health. You're going to live a longer lifetime if you go.
Can you tell us a little bit about what type of spices are incorporated in traditional Asian cuisine?
Yes, ginger is one of the main spices. Cayenne, garlic and a whole. You know, Asian, they do like garlic, so almost all of their dishes has garlic. Sesame seeds, they're big on sesame seeds too. Like, you know, they stir fry and other stuff like that. Soy sauce, that's also another big seasoning in Asian dishes. So that's pretty good.
Now we talked a little bit about some of the traditional meats. Are some meats more traditional in Asian cuisine than others? Are they more for fish, shrimp, or are they more for the steak? Or is the infusion of steak more of an American flavor?
It depends on what the dishes that they're preparing, but I could say, yes, they use a lot of steaks, they use shrimp, they're big in seafood, you know, tuna, all those kinds of stuff. Chicken, they love chicken also, you know, so they cook a lot of chicken.
Let's talk about some of the properties of fruits and vegetables. You have carrots here, and I believe carrots are good for the eyes. Is it true that bell peppers are good with like lung cancer, stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer, things of that nature?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
And tell me a little bit about some of your top 5 vegetables.
Well, most of the times in my cooking, I always use peppers. You know, it depends on what the customers order because the meal is prepared based on what they order. Some of them I divert a little, but a lot of times I like to use my bell peppers. I like to use my onions because those are added flavor to your dish. You know, celery is also great.
And celery lowers blood pressure, right?
Sure,
Excellent.
it does.
All right, can I just do a quick little sample for our guests? What can I try?
Oh,
Anything?
Anything.
Okay. I think I'm going to start with this. Tell me what this is again. It is a steak crostini.
Right.
And it is what?
It's a tenderloin steak and some onions and peppers all caramelized and some tomato confit which was roasted for around 3 hours. So that's all chopped up real small and it's used as a spread on the bread and steak. So that's an excellent dish right there.
That is so amazing. Not to talk with my mouth full, but he knows I'm a steak girl, so I really thank him for incorporating steak into a lot of the dishes. How about we move on to the crab cake? I'm going to just try. I'm not even going to eat a whole crab cake this time. I'm just going to take one quick little bite. And this is fresh crab meat, isn't it?
Fresh crab meat.
This is so awesome. Tell us how you made this homemade salsa.
Okay, it's fresh tomatoes, cilantro, jalapeno peppers, lemon juice and some lime juice, puree and chopped it up really small. Some onions is in it, that's green onions, seasoned, with salt and pepper. And pretty much, if you know what salsa, what it tastes like, you just try to balance it and have it to your desire.
And what does that go on?
And the salsa today, we're going to use it on the chicken cornucopias. That's right here.
Awesome. And tell me what is actually in the cornucopia.
Cornucopias, corn, of course, in it, so corn is in it. Chicken, some cheese, like cheddar sharp, a little cilantro, and some onions.
That is so heavenly. Now, do you make a lot of these dishes for your family and try them out on your wife and your kids first, or do you have an idea in your head of what you already want to do?
I'm telling you, I do. Most of the dishes here, I keep on perfecting my skills. So most of these are created in my own kitchen at home. Okay. And it's sad to say, but a lot of them, my wife was always a guinea pig. So, whichever ways it turns out, she sampled it first. Awesome. Now tell us a little bit about where we can find you. Where can people go to get your services and to have you cater healthy, beautiful meals for them? You can either find me at 816-213-2244 or my email, which is david_e_us@yahoo.com. All right. Now, I want to, before we move into dessert, can I just please taste the egg roll? Just one little egg roll. Sure. I'm just going to try one. And let me get some of the sauce on it for you. Okay, awesome. This is a sweet and sour sauce. Okay. It helps balance out the roll. Now, are Asian dishes traditionally healthier than, say, some of our American dishes? It has its, it has its own advantages and disadvantages. There's a lot of ways that you could say yes, their dish is really healthy, knowing that they use less animal fat. Their oil, is mainly vegetable oils they use. So using lard and some other oils or fat, they just don't use that in their dish. So trans fat is really low in Asian food. But the downside to it, they use a lot. It's high in sodium. Okay. Soy sauce, it's used a lot, and we all know that soy sauce is really high in sodium. But on a whole, favorite ingredients. They eat well, And let's talk about some 5 top foods that are not good. I'm going to tell you my 5, and then you tell me what are your 5. I said fried chicken, French fries, potato chips, Cool Whip, and pound cake. Oh, okay. Well, as for me, some of the stuff that I really stay away from is French fries, yes, I do stay away from it. Not eating a lot of it. Burgers and all, I stay away from it. Not that it's bad, because some people really love burgers, but it's not my number one choice.
Okay.
You know, like ground meat, ground sausage. But I will have it once in a while. And other things that I stay away from is like mayonnaise. I try not to have too much mayonnaise in my diet, and I also ensure my cuisine, my meal doesn't have in a lot of mayonnaise. So
Since I brought up pound cake, I want you to tell us a little bit about this. Is it called a butter cake?
it's a butter cake.
Okay, tell me about it. Does it have like 2 pounds of butter in it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
You know, the name, as it says, butter cake, but it doesn't mean that there's it's all plastered in butter, which is not. You know, it's formed parts of the ingredients, like it's in the cheesecake, the cream cheese mix, and it's also in the pound cake. But there is not too much butter to overpower the dessert.
So if I'm on a diet, then I can go ahead and have a piece of this cake. It's not going to affect my diet.
You'll just try not to have too much of it.
You all know
It's
too much is a
very,
good thing.
it's very rich, you know. It's very rich.
Okay. I want to try that, but I think before that, oh guys, I just feel so bad that you guys are just watching and not getting to sample. I'm just going to try this real quick, and then I'm going to go to the cake, because I think other people want to eat too. But I just had to try this. I just had to try it. The rice is so light and fluffy. And the steak is super tender. How long did it take you to make this?
The entire dish. The entire dish, it takes around an hour and a half, because the rice is around 45 minutes to 50 minutes to prepare.
Really? So it's not minute rice? It's not just in a bag that took 15 minutes to make?
No, it's
Oh.
it's very good rice. And the shrimp and steak, it doesn't take long to prep out. What I did was while I was there prepping the rice, cooking the rice, you know, I prepped the steak, so the steak was in the oven cooking at the same time, so
Oh, okay.
that reduced time. The steak was around 45 minutes, and the shrimp takes around 10 minutes to roast.
Awesome. Now this is really what the butter cake actually looks like. So it's like 2 cakes on top of one with homemade whipped cream and lacerated strawberries. Tell us a little bit about how you make the homemade whipped cream as I taste this butter cake.
The whipped cream, it's heavy cream, and you either could whip it by hand or use your mixer. Sometimes I really like to mix it by hand, you know, because I actually seeing it and feeling it and knowing what way I'm getting to. So this was whipped by hand. I'll just go ahead and
Okay.
put a little icing on the cake. Please go ahead and try it.
Okay, thank you. I'm left-handed, so please bear with me,
That's
people.
okay. That's good.
Oh,
Pretty
that looks
pretty
good.
You're doing great.
So when we go on the Oprah Winfrey Show, you'll let me be your assistant, right?
Sure.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. And now he's going to show us what to do with these strawberries.
Sure. These are macerated strawberries, so just gonna put a little on top. This
We go down.
because of the sweetness of the cake, this strawberry, which contains a little lemon juice and just a touch of sugar, you know, it's a balance. So you could get a little lemony taste to it, so it's not too sweet, you know, it's just a balance.
Tell our guests some last minute tips. If you wanted to tell our guests about healthy eating or some of your favorite dishes, or a little bit more about the dishes we have here.
Okay, healthy eating is great. it makes you live much longer, and I can guarantee you that the meal I prepare, it's healthy. If you stick with these, type of cuisine, you definitely will live longer.
All right, well, I'd like to thank our guest, celebrity chef David Ewan of DeVine Catering, for being here with us. I'd like to give a special shout out to Cascade Media for allowing us to be here. You're watching Real with Tennille, and remember, if you can't keep it real with yourself, you can't keep it real with Tennille.
Thank you.